It's a First Alert Weather special report.
And a good evening. It's wet out there. Meteorologist Craig Allen here with the rain coming down. It's not too heavy just yet around the city. It will get heavier as we go through the nighttime hours, and it'll get steadier. And a lot of it will start to push into western sections of New Jersey and up the Hudson Valley, where you have not received very much rain at all, but parts of Long Island, Connecticut, and the Jersey Shore are already approaching an inch of rain in some of those locales. In general, it'll be a 1 to 3 inch rainfall, with this first alert continuing right through tonight and Monday, all day tomorrow as well. Heaviest amounts of rain are definitely going to be along the coastal sections. The strongest winds will be along the coastal sections as well. Coastal flooding and beach erosion, a major problem with each high tide cycle. We're not allowing the water to push out over at least the next 24 to 48 hours because of those northeasterly winds. So each tide cycle gets a little bit higher. And of course, with the strong winds, you get tree damage and possible power outages if that branch comes down in the wrong spot, right? So here we have the rain that's falling across the city now. It's, as I said, not too heavy, but it is going to get steadier and heavier overnight. Temperature in the city is a chilly 56. It is getting nasty outside. It's got that cool, raw feel with the rain blowing sideways against most of you, and north-northeast wind at 18 miles per hour. Driving can't be too much fun either. Heavy rains, strong winds, as we mentioned. This is something we didn't mention. Also, I want to let you know, we're talking about the beach erosion and so forth. Well, across Long Island Sound and New York Harbor, you'll probably have, let's say, 4 to 8 foot waves out there. 8 to 12 footers will be breaking along the coastline, and that's a good reason for beach erosion and wearing away at the dunes. And I should let you know that out farther into the Atlantic by the storm itself, could have some 20 footers. Coastal flooding, obviously, is a big concern with that, too, because, as I said, the winds just keep pumping that water closer in towards shore. And it's not only this low here. I mean, this is the main one that has been with us through the afternoon hours. But you see all this rain separated up here? A new storm trying to develop right around this kink in the front here. And that's what's sweeping in like that. And then this has to sweep on in through the night tonight and into tomorrow. Put it all together, and you've got a lot of rainfall closing in on it. Satellite and radar here. You can see it coming up north and northwest. It's moving in that direction. But what you also see is the darker colors across Connecticut, Long Island, and the Jersey Shore. This is where your steadiest, heaviest rain has been falling for hours now. You get west of 287 or west of the Thruway, there's very little. Just a drop or two here or there, maybe 1/100th of an inch, 2/100ths of an inch. We need a lot more to fall in that area to help you with your drought conditions. You will get steadier rains a little bit later on. The winds are gusting between 20 and 30 to even 35, close to 35 miles per hour. They will continue to strengthen through the night from that northeast direction, as you see all those arrows there. And there are more and more reports of wind reports over 50 miles per hour. This particular report here, that is a coastal flooding at the high tide, previous high tide. The next high tide, I mean, you see how the Jersey Shore is getting hit here. The next high tide comes in around and after midnight for a few hours and then makes its way around into the Sound. Look at that. The Hamptons already up close to 1 inch of rain. The city is picking it up now. It's steady. It's not as much, but it's about 3/10. Over 1/2 inch on the island. A lot of rain down towards Belmar and into Connecticut. Very, very little to the north and west. Again, this whole thing has to sweep back in like that. We've got the strongest winds over the eastern part of the island and down the Jersey Shore, but you're still going to have very strong winds across the rest of the island, the New York City area, the Connecticut coast, down through interior New Jersey. The farther north and west you go, the lighter the winds will get. But they're still going to be strong and gusty, and about 25 to 45 mile per hour gusts are still a possibility, but that exception would be the 60 mile per hour gusts for all the coastal areas at some point during the night tonight. You keep pushing that water in, you keep getting higher than normal tides, and so it is a coastal flood warning for the island, the Sound Shore of Westchester, all around the immediate tri-state region and just about all of New Jersey. Rivers, streams, rivers and the harbor are included in that as well. It's a coastal flood advisory, maybe a little bit less for the Connecticut coastline. But otherwise, here are your high tides coming in around and a little after midnight by a couple hours or so. And then, as I said, they work their way into the Sound later after that. Here's your area of low pressure that's moving on up off the Outer Banks. It comes on up towards the Jersey Shore, and it kind of gets stuck. It just bounces around, it meanders. That's why tomorrow is not going to be very pretty around here at all. It's still going to be windy, and it's still going to be raining off and on. You see showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder, but mostly showers dotting the region as we go through the day until this finally makes a way, kind of odd, but makes its way back out to sea by dropping off to the south and east. Rainfall totals, wow, that's a lot for some portions of the island in Connecticut and the Jersey Shore. Not as much, but you'll have to slow down your driving for portions of New Jersey. Heavy rain and strong winds tonight, the worst of it near the coast, about 56. Heavy rain and strong winds tomorrow, worst of it near the coast, 61. We continue with a first alert day for tomorrow with those gusts of 25 to 45 miles per hour. And it starts to get a little bit better on Tuesday, 64. Less in the way of cloudiness and less in the way of showers, only a 30% chance, and no rain expected for the rest of the upcoming week. We have another update coming up for you, though, at around 10 o'clock this evening and tomorrow morning. Those of you that do have to get up and get out to work for tomorrow morning, we will start our morning news at 4 a.m. with Tony, Mary, and Chris. Again, it's a half-hour earlier start. Make sure you get to work just safe and on time.
This has been a First Alert Weather Special Report.